Hello and welcome along to another video on my E39 S85 project. I know it's been a long time since the last update, probably over 12 months now. Stuff has been going on, as I'm sure you've seen with a couple of short videos I've uploaded, but I thought I'd do a proper update to show where the car's up to. So yeah, that's the engine in there. I'd say I'm probably 90% there now. Still a few bits that need finishing off. I mean, I need to get these powder coated. So I mean, that's the factory MAF welded onto an alloy tube, running down to a comb filter behind there. I've got to make a upper rad bracket because yeah, the cable ties, they work, but it's not the best method. I mean, yeah, I need to finish making the bracket for the power steering reservoir, sort of make something for the front mount on the coolant bottle and the rad housing again, make a proper jump start point and remove that battery cable around and tidy up that mess of wiring in there. It's on my list of stuff to do. As anyone who's ever worked on one of these knows that the electronic system is really quite complicated using the factory ECU, so I'm always in and out, adding stuff, removing stuff until I get stuff where it needs to be. I mean, yeah, lately I've just gone and tidied up all this side of the loom. I'll post a picture up of how bad the loom was. In its stages, but yeah, it's getting there now. It was right rat's nest, but it's all taped up all in because this is E60 ABS valve block that I've put in there. Had to do all new brake lines and so forth. I mean, normally on an E60 this is underneath the arch line of that side, but there's just not enough space to do it, so I've just got it mounted here instead, which actually makes it easier getting the lines from the master cylinder to there, and all the brake lines already run down this side of the car, so it's a lot easier. I mean, other things that I've done lately is that's power steering cooler in there, just a universal cooler I had made to fit sort of the space, and you can still get the original cowling back around it. Got the oil cooler. Just get a torch. That's factory E60 M5 oil cooler. As I've ran the factory housing, which you can see there, it just made it nice and easy to run that, 'cause it all just plug and plays. There's no point in reinventing the wheel. Yeah, I've got the standard E60 rad pack basically mounted in there to make new mounting brackets for the lower mounts, and I've just got to finish off the upper ones. I've got the stock E60 fan in there, controlled by the engine ECU, so that's all happy. Probably should give you a bit of an update on the overall car, because the last time I did a proper video it was blue. I've still got that car, but the rust is quite heavy set in really. It's going to take a bit more time than I've got at the moment to get right. So this is another E39 M5 in carbon black, and it needs some rust repairs on there, but nowhere near as much as the blue shell. So the plan is to hopefully have this on the road within the next month or so. It needs an MOT test, which is in the UK, it's like a vehicle inspection that's done yearly to make sure it's roadworthy. All the brakes are all on now. They're a bit rusty from where the car's been sitting outside when I've used them ever so slightly. At the moment they're E60 535D brakes. The reason I've gone for those is they'll fit under 17s and they fit under the stock E39 M5 wheel, and the clearance is very, very tight with them. If I ever go to 19s, then I'll be able to just bolt on stock E60 M5 brakes, but I've just gone with them for now. See how I get on. If I feel I need more, then I'll go for bigger. I've also done the same conversion on the rear, so I've got E60 535D rears. The calipers are the same as an E60 M5, but the discs aren't floating. So that actually means that the overall diameter of the disc is slightly smaller because it's not a floating disc. Or semi-floating, I think they are, the originals. But yeah, that's the reasoning for going with that. They might not be big enough, but only time's going to tell. But with having E60 front hubs, it's easy to swap to M5 ones, but it just means a wheel change, which I ideally want to keep the factory wheels. I mean, so yeah, just coming a bit further back. I've got the standard E39 subframe in there. I've used the Powerflex poly inserts in standard bushings to just take some of the wheel hop out of it. And then if we just drop underneath, I've got the stock E39 M5 diff, but with a 3.62 to match the correct ratio for the gearbox. And then the back boxes I'm running are Rust Fellows. So yeah, they're a really nice piece of kit. So they're on there, and then I had the rest of the exhaust made from there to match the manifolds at the front. I mean, yeah, as you can see, there's stuff everywhere at the minute. But yeah, if I go inside, you'll see the mess which is going on at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of wiring been going on, and multiple laptops. I mean, at the moment I'm sort of working on getting the gauge cluster to work. So I have got the E60 one there, but that's going to get removed once I'm happy with everything, and I'm just going to run the stock E39 M5 one. So yeah, I've been trying to get to that to work with an Arduino and a CAN bus shield, but it's, yeah, at the moment that's a bit above my head. So what I've got is I've just dummy wired up for now. Now I know it works, I'll wire it in better. Just a little universal tacho interface. So what that does is it converts the tacho output from the E60 DME, which is a 5 pulses per revolution, just down to a 4 pulses per revolution, which works with the E39 one quite happily. I mean, yeah, just while we're in the car, it's got an Alcantara suede roof lining, which is quite a nice touch. It's also got, just turn the ignition on, just don't trap my fingers. It's also got the double glazing option, which is another nice touch. But yeah, I suppose may as well show what everyone's here for. Yeah, sorry about that. So I'll just get back to where we were. So what everyone's here to see. So yeah, there it is running. I've got the there's the rev counter working. A few errors there on the check control, but yeah, you might be struggling to hear me with obviously the engine running. I mean, yeah, so there's the E60 clocks. No error lights on or anything, quite happy at the moment. The only thing that isn't working is oil level, but I can see that on the laptop with INPA. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, there's obviously the engine running. I've obviously got to put all this interior back together, but there was no point putting the carpet in and stuff like that when I've got so much wiring that was going on. I mean, you can sort of see it all tucked up along the screen there. All that is what's on top of the original wiring loom to get the engine interfaced. And yeah, it all works off the standard key, which is fallen to bits, but yeah, a bit of tape and some glue and it'll be alright. So yeah, that's about it really. sort of next on the job list is finish off these few bits around the engine bay, and once they're finished, get the interior back in there, tidy up the wiring. One thing that I need to sort is the water temp gauge. At the moment it just reads full scale all the time because it hasn't got a signal. Same with the oil temp. The water temp should be easier to get right, but the oil temp might take a bit more work with the CAN bus shield once I've got a bit more time to get my head around that. But the water temp, I think I'm just going to end up fitting an E39 sensor in that top hose there on a little sensor adapter, and that'll give me a water temp reading up to the dash to get it looking right. So yeah, I'll try and get some more videos out soon of me actually doing some work on it, so you can get a bit more, see what's going on a bit more. So yeah, I'll try and get one of them out soon. Thanks for watching.